Hello and welcome to GMAC Golf. Thank you all for tuning in. Those that are returning, thank you so much. Those that it's your first time, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And welcome to another episode of A Golfer's Ramblings. Today, as a title would suggest, I want to talk about premium balls and budget balls. Budget balls, in my opinion, don't necessarily mean crap. So, you can see I'm going to put a picture here right now. So, what you can see in that picture, you would think is quite self-explanatory. There's two balls right next to each other. Correct. One of those balls is mine, Titleist Pro V1, and the other is Golf Nuts, playing a Trust Bison XL. Both of those were hit off the tee with a 5-iron. And our 5-irons are roughly the same loft. In fact, they probably are the same loft. And there is literally no difference. So that picture went on Twitter, and a lot of people are saying, yeah, but what about feeling to the greens and so on? Now, if I'd just seen that, I wouldn't be doing this video. So Lee's lucky enough to be working with Bison. And he, with Trust. The ball he's chose to use out of the range is the Bison XL, suits his game the best. However, he trusts that ball enough to stop using the Callaway Chrome Soft DRC that he was using. That in itself speaks volumes. But me being the cynic, thinking, can it really be as good as a premium golf ball? So Lee, gave me 3 Bison XL. So I've used them. I've played probably 4 or 5 rounds with them now. And the only reason I probably didn't use it this weekend was I swapped my bags over and they're in the other bag. So, what are my views? The 29, around 25, 29 quid a dozen. So almost half price on the Pro V1s that I'm using. Would I game the Trust? Yes, but okay. So we talk about feel. I was using the Trust, and in my head, it's key. In my head, I'm thinking this feels hard. It's reacting and performing exactly the same as my Pro V1, but it feels hard. Feels hard. And it wasn't straight away that I noticed it. There was something and I couldn't put my finger on it. It feels hard. But I'm playing on a Tuesday night, Thursday night. I'm playing with one of my good friends, single figure handicapper, course record holder of 64, 65, so a good golfer. The comment came, are you using a Top Flight XL? That comment hit the nail on the head for me. It was the sound, because when you hit the Trust, there's a clicky sound, and I was converting that click into feel, but the results would suggest opposite. So when he made that comment of, is it you using a Top Flight XL, right there and then I knew the sound of the ball was making me think it was harder than it is. So take the sound out of the way, because I can sort of tune that out. So if I tune that sound out of the way, the ball is brilliant, almost half the price. Why would you not use it? Like, genuinely, why would you not use it? So going back to your Pro V1, they are slightly, and this might surprise some of you, because generally with a lower cost ball they tend to be more durable. But the Pro V1 is slightly more durable than the Trust. But Trust are working on new coverings for it to make it more durable without losing any playability. So off the tee, obviously you're hitting a big driver, you're hearing a big ting and a clang and a boom. You can't hear that click. There is literally no difference, and that's a big statement. No difference to a Pro V1 and the Trust Bison XL in my findings, in my visual findings. Now, you can put a ball on a launch monitor just like you can put a driver on a launch monitor. I don't really give two shits what it says. I don't care. Doesn't matter what the information is giving you on a launch monitor. It's what you see out there, and this will translate into fittings, which I'll talk about in another ramblings, and why closed bay and open bay fittings are very, very different. But yeah, so do you need a premium ball? No. Am I a pro? Should I be making that choice? No, I'm not a pro. Should I be telling you not to use a premium ball? I'm of a standard where I know a good ball and a bad ball. I know how a good ball and a bad ball performs. So I can tell the difference. I've been playing long enough at a good enough standard to know the difference. So I feel, yeah, I'm an authority to make that statement. And I'm talking specifically about Trust at the minute, because that's where that picture's come from. It's a Trust ball versus a Pro V1. But I've also used Seed SDO1s. Again, another small company from just over the pond in Ireland. And they're doing really well. For me, when I use that, and again, I've used that at the time I was using the TaylorMade TP5 and 5X. So similar to the Pro V1, still talking 40 quid a dozen. I don't know what the price on the seeds were, because I won them in a competition. So I thought, you know, they're free, I'm going to use them. Performance wise, they were very good. They were slightly less spinning than the TaylorMade I was using at the time, so in turn probably less spinning than your Pro V1s. So they weren't as receptive into the green. They didn't have the clicky sound that the Trust had, but the actual reaction into the green, they weren't as good, but still a fantastic ball for the price point. I know Vice are doing some great things. Haven't used them, so I'm not going to comment on them. But again, it's another ball taking on the big brands. Now, I know a lot of people that when you talk this conversation regarding premium ball versus budget balls, people talk Kirkland. Yes, the early model of the Kirkland was brilliant, but it was based on an early Pro V1. It literally was an early Pro V1. Can't remember who cut one open. It was exactly the same as the previous 2 years maybe of the Pro V1, so that's why it was a great ball. Put that model and also the current Kirkland balls on a recall because there was problems with the core. So there you go. So do you need a premium ball? No, I don't think you do. Will I be switching to the Trust golf ball? Not right now, because I've got a barrel load of Pro Vs in the boot. Will I potentially be moving to the Trust golf ball? I think there's a very, very strong possibility towards the end of this season, beginning of the next, that yeah, I could be bagging Trust golf balls. Now, for someone like Lee to move wholeheartedly away from a premium ball to a new company ultimately should speak volumes to a lot of you. He's very much a brand, not a brand snob, but Lee's very much, he will use everything the same. So obviously when he switched to Callaway, he switched the ball as well, and he trusted the ball. He trusts that Callaway ERC Chrome Soft, and he's used it, and obviously you've seen some of the crazy scores he has. But since he's tried the Trust, his mentality's starting to change a little bit on. And also obviously when he's tried the Lynx irons and reviewed the Lynx irons, his mentality's sort of changing a little bit in respect of having wholesale one brand. So like I say, he switched to the ball and it performs. It absolutely performs. It doesn't do anything different to my Pro V1 does. Into greens with irons off the tee, there's nothing. So yeah, I mean, do you need a premium ball? Absolutely not. Do you need a ball that suits your game? Absolutely. You know, you 100% do need to use a ball that suits you. So for me, I use Pro V1 and Pro V1X currently. And a lot of people ask me, well, why do you use two different balls? Because I use them at two different times of the year. Crazy lady. So I will use the Pro V1X because it's lower spinning when it's windier over a Pro V1 because it spins more. I'll also use a Pro V1X in the winter because again it spins more. If you're going into a wet green with a Pro V1, too much spin off the green. You don't get as much spin with obviously the Pro V1. That's me personally. Again, the same reason I use the TP5 and the TP5X. It's the lowest spinning one in the wind and the wet for me. But that works for me, that works for my game. You know, I've been getting some good scores with that method, and I'll stick to that method. So I think if I were to move to Trust, it'll be the Bison L and the Bison XL. I think they're like shirt sizes. So yeah, large and extra large, I guess. That's what it'd be. I need to research into that a little bit more. But guys, seriously, if you're looking at saving yourself some money but still want great performance, look at Trust. Like, genuinely look at Trust golf balls. I'm not paid by them, I'm not sponsored by them. I was given them by Lee. I'm given 3 by Lee, and I genuinely think it's a fantastic ball. Like I say, I'm considering swapping over. It's well worth doing, well worth looking at. Like I say, for the price they are, you're picking up a dozen Trust balls that perform as well as a Pro V1 for a lot less. So you know, you hire handicappers as well that potentially won't look at a Pro V1 because of price point and you're going to lose them so much. Look at the Trust. Are they going to make you play any better? No, they're not, but they're going to give you the confidence of a premium ball, so you might think you're playing better. And confidence is key. If you're confident about how you're playing, then you're going to play a little bit better potentially. So yeah, guys, genuinely have a look at the Trust golf ball. Final thoughts on the matter: do you need a premium golf ball? Absolutely not. You don't. Do you need the ball that suits your game? Correct. Yes, you do. But again, that doesn't need to be a premium ball. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's ramblings. If you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and also give me a comment down below. What do you think over a premium ball over a budget ball? And when I'm talking premium ball, budget ball, I don't mean, I'm not talking Pro V1 and Pinnacle. I'm talking new companies that are claiming as good as premium. Yeah, so I'm talking companies that are saying their balls are as good as Pro V1s and TP5s X, etc. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Take care.